What's up, everybody? This is the Sports League Podcast, back for another week. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got the co-host, Amanda, ready to talk some divisional round football. Great time of year. John Abraham, 15-year All-Pro. Abe, great to have you on, John.
Always, man. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for this past weekend and just keeping my spirits up, outside of football and, the situation I was going through. Just people don't understand how just a little text message or a little, back and forth BS going on outside of the podcast world. It means a lot. And for the last 2 years, I became like really friends with y'all. And I appreciate y'all being there. Like, back in the day, they say, thank you for being a friend. So, and everything seems to be working out well on my side. But it was good football. I actually enjoyed the national championship game. I know that's off our script and all that stuff like that, but that game was very enlightening. That was probably the best football game I've seen this week. And but the NFL, like I was thinking, are we really watching the best teams or are we watching the worst teams in the NFL this year? Like, it's so effing weird this year. Like, were they really the best team? Chicago ain't supposed to be here. No, where's Baltimore?
Well,
Baltimore's supposed to
no,
be the
and
best
what's
team. Like,
what's funny
so
to me is if you go back like 6 weeks ago and take the four teams with the best record, that's who we have left now. Like
Yeah.
everyone who seemed
perfect.
spicy and was gonna have this awesome underdog story, like everyone died off this weekend. Like the best defense in football, but like their quarterback's a little bit iffy, but defense wins championships, they're gone. Chicago, awesome story. Caleb Williams has overcome so much. Like Ben Johnson, first year head coach, they're spicy, they're fun, they're gone. Like everyone that like I was rooting for as an underdog, like the Bills' first potential Super Bowl win with Mahomes out of the picture, they're dead. Like,
Well, the NFL kind of screwed themselves over in that regard. I think as far as the Bears go, like it was a great story. It was fun as hell, but it ran its course. Like
yeah.
I didn't expect the Bears to beat the Rams. I sure as hell didn't expect them to beat Seattle in the conference championship round. We're a year away, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Patriots at Broncos. New England's 0-4. Denver in the playoffs. Rams Seahawks for a third time. I think that's going to be a hard hitting, great matchup. So we're going to have some great games coming up. But we got to get into this divisional round. And we only have 4 games to talk about, but we're going to kind of dissect them and get into these games because there's a lot to talk about. And we're going to start it off with Saturday afternoon. The Bills at the Broncos. The Broncos jump out to a 23-10 lead and hang on to win 33-30 in overtime, but we got to get into the details here. A lot of missed opportunities for the Bills when it comes to turnovers. They outplayed Denver in my opinion, but some before we get into the penalties and the refs, they kind of shot themselves in the foot earlier on in this game, right?
Yeah, my issue is despite all the fumbles and regulation and stuff, I feel like the clock restarts. Like people are going to be like, "Oh, they didn't deserve to win. They had all these fumbles during, the first four quarters of the game." As soon as you hit overtime, nothing that happened in regulation matters. I don't
Yeah.
care if you handed the ball to defender twice and they ran in a pick six. Like, I don't care if it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. The clock restarts at OT. I think staying in it and overcoming all their turnovers, like Josh Allen had his worst game of the season. Like hands down, awful game. The fumbles, heinous. Uh,
Yeah.
but but restarting the clock at OT, apparently that also meant for the refs to completely change their style of playing. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
all of the calls were bad. I'm not saying that they were singling out one team, but they went from calling almost nothing during regulation to kind of nitpicking everything in OT. And I feel like when you are a team playing and you're playing with the crew that throws the least amount of flags and they've been letting you play all day, for them to shift gears and just start nitpicking pass interference and everything in OT, like that's got to be a really just kind of a rude awakening to have to shift gears in your fifth quarter of football.
Yeah, I hate that when the refs take over the game at the end. You let them play the entire game, and then you take it over in the end. Abe, the Bills fired head coach Sean McDermott after this loss. I had texted Amanda that sequence right before halftime. The game's tied 10-10, and the Bills allow a deep ball touchdown with like 30 seconds left. Now you're down 7. And then Sean McDermott to be super aggressive with 16 seconds left from his own 30. Then a fumble recovered by Denver, kick a field goal. Now all of a sudden you're down 10. I thought that was really bad situational management by the head coach, and maybe stuff like that led to the Bills making that decision. What do you think?
I can honestly say I can't put that on the coach. Regardless, you have an MVP type quarterback, and he got to know better than to make a decision like that. But also, I think with him, I think Josh going to have to just let go of his past, let go of that you're the MVP type quarterback, let go that you don't have the receivers. You got to let go mentally, and I think they did it. They got rid of the coach just because they were like, we need somebody that can feed into him and give him a new regime. He need a new face in there because I think he putting so much pressure on himself to win a championship. And
Yeah.
I think even like with that run at right before half, I've been in situations like, oh, I got to be the person to get this sack, or we're gonna lose the game. His mentality is every time he comes home, he got to worry about. And think you can go all the way back from the '90s when they went to 4 Super Bowls and didn't win. So
Yeah.
he's seeing all this just develop in his mind of like, am I going to be a bust? Am I going to be a bust? He needs to just let that go and just I got to depend on Coleman. I got to depend on these guys that are going to make the plays. I got to stop thinking that I'm Superman because first of all, by the time he gets to that part of the season, you can tell he's beat up. You can tell when he gets on the ground. You can tell he gets up. Like if you watch the if you watch the I guess the show afterwards, the press conference afterwards, you saw he break down. That's how much pressure
Yeah.
he's putting on himself. Because you can see the first couple of years he was kind of like he felt bad, but coming this year, like you're saying, no Baltimore, no Kansas City. The big guys are gone. It's my turn now. There's nothing I can talk trash about. I can't even, and I get beat by New England. I get beat by, not New England. I'm sorry. I get beat by,
Denver,
Denver. And it's
Cincy before.
like
Yeah.
where is this? Where does this line up with my past? In the last 7 years, I didn't even have to worry about this, and now I can't even make it past Denver. So he wanted to, I guess, totally abolish this team or demolish this team instead of just winning this game. And if he would just play like in his character and just not try to force the stuff and trying to do too much, and I think it took away from his game. This game, he was just so like worried about Super Bowl instead of just making this win. And I think it took a lot away from how he played this week.
Yeah.
I
And
also think they were playing a good defense. And my issue with this Bills team is we have been saying for 2 years they need to bring in a good, solid wide receiver one, and they haven't done it. You see in this game, Josh Allen is holding onto the ball forever, waiting for his players to get open. We've got receivers running the wrong routes, receivers getting hit in the hands and not making catches all throughout the postseason. Like, I just feel like they didn't give Josh Allen the support that he needed. And I mean, he did have a rough game. He was clearly in his head. He was overthinking it. But I choked up a little bit because his post-game thing, he was like, "Yeah, that's my fault. I let my team down." If you watch, there was clips of his teammates being told what Josh Allen said. They're like,
they
"Hey,
were broken down too.
yeah." They were like, "He said that was his fault." No, man. And like, there were a couple players crying because Josh was trying to take all the blame. They're like, "No, we let him down." Like, it sucks. It's a really emotional thing for them. But whoever comes in and wants to be a wide receiver one on this team, there's a huge open opportunity there. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think Keon Coleman's the guy. I don't think you should have to bench a guy 4 times to get them to prove. Like, I'm glad that they're supporting him, but I think he needs a veteran mentor on the team. I think he can be great. I just don't think he's quite mature enough yet. I don't think he's going to be the leader on the team. So I'm hoping they make adjustments going into next year, but also Denver. Let's talk on the other side of the ball. All season, they've been winning games in weird, lucky, weird shenanigans at the last minute, like very convenient timing, playing certain teams when their starting quarterbacks were out of the game. Um, they've just had the weirdest luck all season, and then they win this one. Awesome. The refereeing was a little questionable at the end there. It seemed a little one-sided. To immediately lose their starting quarterback for the rest of the season with an ankle injury.
Yeah. Yeah. So in my opinion, with the refs taking over the game like that, I think everyone would have much rather seen Josh Allen against Mike Vrabel and the Patriots in the
Mhm.
AFC Championship game. And that's what was so frustrating about the two pass interference calls and that whatever happened the entire time I've been watching the NFL, tie goes to the offense on
Not
a
this
catch.
year. Not this year. Green Bay
No,
lost on that same call earlier this season.
uh, based on what I've seen all season long, it would go in the offense's way.
Mhm.
So I don't know, but they need to figure this out because You can't have it. If he caught it, his knee was down, he had been touched. That should be their ball right there, and they didn't go to a long review. I didn't understand it. I don't get it. And then the ticky tack pass interference calls. I can't stand that. It was ridiculous. But Abe, Josh Allen did a great job of fighting back just to force overtime. Um, the Bills, weathered the storm, weathered the turnovers, kept fighting, and I just felt like the refs were so bad at the end of the game. Did you see it that egregious? I mean, in my opinion, the two pass interferences were borderline at best, and I thought that should have been a catch. And if they call that a catch, the Bills have a great opportunity to kick the game-winning field goal.
Well, I play D line, so I see so many more penalties than y'all see. Like every time I see somebody, that's a hold, that's a hold, that's a clipping,
Yeah.
that's a. But I'm sorry, I think I'm the only person that called it an interception. I don't know. For me, it just seemed like I get the rule. Yes, I understand the rule about like whoever comes down with the ball, but did he really come down with it? I'm like, it just seemed like such a. It's like one of those plays is so close that you had to, and like I think even Rex Ryan was like, maybe if the receiver had better body language, because when the receiver like he didn't like try to when he went down, if he would just like went for the ball or like he just kind of dag, I didn't catch it. Like if you watch him, that's what kind of made me think, and that's defensive players thinking. Like I play
Yeah.
defense, so for me it was like, oh, hell of a pick, because I never seen the complete control. I saw him going down, and so you're saying the time he gets here, he's down, but if the ball comes out and neither one of them catches, it would have been incomplete pass, right? Like if you're looking at that play, if the ball would have came out, like if you watch the play, when he catches the ball and he comes around, if he when he flipped over, if the ball would have came out, we all would agree that would have been an incomplete pass, right? We wouldn't have called that a catch. But we call it
Yeah.
a catch, but we call it a catch because the guy from Denver ended up with it. That's what don't make sense to me because it's not like it was one of those slow catches that he caught it and went and then they kind of caught each other and then fell down. It was literally so fast. And
Yeah, so
by the time y'all did it, it was just like I didn't see him really have control of the ball like everybody else say. But I'm not an offensive minded player, so I might be the worst person to ask about this question.
I
It
mean,
was a hell of a
Charles
defense.
Woodson says it was a catch, so that's my
Well,
boy.
that's what the
So
But
crazy
he
I'm
thing
gonna
had
is.
the
side with
tuck. He
Charles.
did it. And the tuck rule was right too. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, we're gonna talk about him. Yeah, the tuck rule. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good one.
I
But it
mean,
was cool
there were
to
there
see
were a
the
couple other
veteran.
veteran DBs who said it
Yeah.
too.
I agree.
Richard Sherman,
Darius Slay.
Darius Slay too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just our Lord and Savior Charles Woodson, for us Packers fans, like, but yeah, it sucks. I don't
I
think the
think
Bills
those
had a
pass
lot of magic
interferences.
left
Those
after
pass
that play.
interferences. I mean, okay, so I can understand that if you want to say, okay, he didn't catch that, I can get past that. But then the two ticky tack pass interferences coming down the other way, just to gift Denver the ball in chip shot field goal range. Let them play. You've let them play the entire game. Don't start calling it now in overtime. Right, Amanda?
Yeah, and every overtime play for me is basically a Hail Mary. Like you
Yeah.
don't start calling pass interference on Hail Mary passes at the end of the fourth quarter. And I love the fan theory that's like, hey, so what if Seattle wins and Darnold oblique because he gets hit again, it becomes a major issue, and we have Jarrett Stidham versus Sam Darnold's replacement in the Super Bowl together, two backup quarterbacks. I'm not entirely sure who Seattle would start in that situation, but can you imagine two backup QBs playing each other in the Super Bowl? Like
That'd
the
be.
ratings would be so bad.
Abe, what did you think? I had to double and triple check the tweets because I couldn't believe it when they announced the Bo Nix injury. The game had just ended, and I was like,
It
"Wait,
was
what? He's
20
got a
minutes. It was
yeah."
20 minutes after the end of the game.
It was insane. Abe, I mean, that's crazy. You just win. You just get to an AFC Championship game. Now your star quarterback's gone.
But isn't this what you love, Alex? This is you wrote this down in your book, like, hey, let's get a star player hurt. Chaos.
I
No, I'm serious.
do love chaos, but
When I first saw it, I thought it was, it's so much stuff you can't believe on the internet. So I thought it was
yeah,
more like a joke because it was so quick. Because usually you see them kind of like, that's way less. It was
Yeah.
literally just like, hey, he broke his leg, and we saw nothing on the field. We saw nothing on the
yeah,
field. But then when you look back at it, now you see him. He is limping. He is doing that.
Well,
yeah.
he kind of pulled a Kobe Bryant on him when he pulled his Achilles. He finished the game out, but it was just like I really thought it was fake. And then like I saw
Yeah,
the
me
press
too.
conference, I said, "Oh, it was real." I was like, so I was astonished. But it's like Kent said him do it. I mean, this is going to be a heck of a week because I still think Denver is good enough to win if they play right. If,
They
like
are.
no turnovers, the defense plays like it did this week. They don't
And Bo
have Josh.
Nix needs to clean up those passes. Alex said wild pitches. Oh my God, some of his passes.
Yeah.
Where was he aiming? I have the weirdest thought process about this broken ankle thing because 2 plays before the end of the game, he did tweak his ankle. He limped a little bit, but then leaving the field after winning, yeah, I'm sure there was some adrenaline, but he wasn't limping at all. And then he goes in the locker room, and then 20 minutes later, they announce that his ankle is broken and he's out for the season. I feel like if the tweak of the ankle that happened on the field is what actually broke his ankle, I don't think it would have been announced that quickly. Like obviously it's not bad enough. If he can still put weight on it, he can still walk on it. I don't think it's bad enough to rule out your starting quarterback for potentially a Super Bowl run coming down to the AFC Championship game in the Super Bowl. Like there's 2 games left. I feel like if it was Josh Allen, Big Ben, somebody else, you just tape it and give him some perks and send him back out there. Like we've seen quarterbacks play with broken legs this year, broken bones in their feet. Like they've been out on the field. I saw a player had tweeted something about like, oh no, that happened post game. One of Denver's DBs, second or third string, tweeted that like, no, that happened after the game in the locker room while he was celebrating. And I feel like something happened in the locker room. I believe that because it had to have been bad enough that it was a bad enough break that it was obvious from immediately after that like there's no way he can put weight on that.
Yeah.
Because
Conspiracy theory Amanda coming
but
out.
like
I love
he
it.
walked off the field without a limp. There's no way you walk off the field without a limp and suddenly it's so broken we immediately know you can't play for the rest of the season. Like I
Yeah, I
need to see
saw.
a bone sticking out of my man's foot before I believe that shit within 20 minutes. Like I feel like he did some weird celebration shenanigans, jumped off a bench or something, and then like broke it.
And there's a lot of Broncos fans that are like, which play did it happen on? They were so
Hmm.
confused. So
Yeah,
it's
that's my
it's
thing.
just
Like
crazy.
if it was bad enough that he can't play the rest of the season, it can't have been what happened during the game because he walked just fine afterwards. Like it
I don't
had to have been
know.
something else.
That's why we were so shocked because we didn't
Mhm.
see anything.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know, we
yeah.
didn't
And then the
see the
sudden
injury.
announcement. When has a player like that, like a big starting, like player, walked off the field on their own and not had like, oh, we're gonna see what the doctors on Monday say. Like
Yeah,
we're gonna take him in. We'll let you guys know what the update is. Like to know for sure he wasn't coming back on the field, like something else had to
yeah.
have happened.
But I agree with Abe. I think Jarrett Stidham, he's good enough to
Yeah.
go in there and keep them competitive, and that defense is very good. You and New England struggles in Denver. That home crowd is great, so that's gonna be an interesting game. Still, I still got the Patriots winning that, but it's not a sure thing. It's not a lock. But real quick, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a thing here. I'm gonna tell you what the Bills should do. I'm gonna tell you what I would do if I'm the Bills, and I'm gonna tell you what I believe is going to happen with the Buffalo Bills here. Okay, Josh Allen, the one thing that he doesn't have, a Super Bowl. The one thing the Bills don't have is a Super Bowl. You saw Josh Allen crying, emotional. They need to take that next step. Who's got the most rings in Super Bowl history? Who's the coach that won all those rings with Tom Brady? Bring Bill Belichick to the Bills. Bring Brian Dable as the offensive coordinator. Even if it doesn't work with Belichick, he can retire after 2 years, and Dable steps in as the head coach. Josh Allen put up his best career numbers with Brian Dable. Belichick will have that defense playing at its best. And you going into a new stadium next year, imagine the hype in Buffalo if you're bringing Bill Belichick, Coach Bills, into the season next year. And then especially if the Patriots win the championship, right? Can you imagine that rivalry? Belichick against the Patriots, the battle for that division. I'm all in on it. I think Bill Belichick's going to be the head coach of the Bills next season.
I
What do you
just
think,
feel like
Abe?
23 years against a coach, against a team. I can't see him crossing that line. Like that's
Bill? Well, Bill wants to get back in the NFL. He's waiting for the right
Yeah, but his
situation.
division rivals, he
Can you
wants to
think of
go
a
in
better
division.
Can you? Well, I don't know. I would do it. I mean, Abe, what do you think? Is it crazy?
I don't want to see no more Bill Belichick. I think he's fine where he is. I mean, sure, like I think it's just when you took Tom Brady away from him, he was not. I'm not. It's just so much stuff that I can go into about it, and I love Bill because I mean, Bill is a great. Like people didn't understand he had such a great personality to after football. Like, because
Hmm.
I got to see it, in person, and I was just like, dude, he is cool as hell. He's nothing like TV. So it might be a good personality for them, but bringing that young girl in and trying to literally younger than your quarterback. It's like it's kind of awkward, man. And I don't think they need no more awkwards in Buffalo. I think Buffalo need to find like I like Dabo. Dabo's a cool dude. He said he met me in the casino before. I have no clue. I probably was drunk. Me and Lavernius was out. I was in New York. I went to see the Jets and the Giants practice this year. He came up to me, hey, you remember me, Abe? I didn't even know he was him. I ain't seen him in so long. I didn't know he was the coach to the Jets because I've been watching the
That's
Giants for
funny.
so long. He was like, man, we had a good time that night. I'm like, all right. But I
Yeah,
like
we sure
him.
did, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's no question. But he's a fun guy. I think he's probably the best fit for them. I think the mentality of winning one game and stop worrying about winning the Super Bowl will really like he literally need to go to therapy and like stop worrying about winning the Super Bowl because I think he'll get there. But it's like he takes every game when he gets in the playoffs and thinks it's the Super Bowl. Like, look,
Mhm.
we got to win this game. Don't worry about the next game. We got to win this game. Don't worry about the next game. And then when you get to the Super Bowl, you can relax, and then you can play your ass. Then you can do all the crazy stuff, and then worry about doing all that stuff. But I think once he gets his mind set of like, my career is not going to be made off being just a Super Bowl, but I want to get a Super Bowl, and that's sure. Like that's everybody in. Like you got to understand, everybody in the league, all 2,000, 200 people that are in the league, everybody's trying to win it. So just relax, play your game, get to know how you're playing. Worry about one game at a time. Like when they was playing Denver, he shouldn't have been because like the reason why he was so emotional, he thinking about, dang, my shot at the Super Bowl is gone again. Instead of saying, I lost this game. Okay, cool. I got to move on. I got to get ready for next year. You got to keep building from there. Stop trying to put so much on your plate. It's such, what I mean. I know he's about to be 30, but hey, come on, man.
I would have fired the GM as well. If you're going to fire the head coach, fire the GM with him. Instead, they give the GM a promotion, and that's the
Mhm.
guy who hasn't brought in a number one receiver for Josh Allen. I don't get that at all.
Yeah, I don't like that move at all. I feel like it's you gotta give some of the responsibility for not bringing in the proper personnel. Like we've been
Yeah,
running with the same receiving core. Obviously, our running game was the best in the league because that's all they had. People were like, yeah, well, I mean, Josh Allen, all he has to do is hand the ball off to James Cook. Yeah, James Cook put up 1,600 yards, but Josh had no one to throw to. They're like, yeah, we're good here. Like we've got a good running back. Like,
yeah,
no, you can't give Josh Allen just a running back and not provide him with wide receivers. Like that's such a fucking cop out. Like, well, our O-line's better this year. Yeah, they're better. But it doesn't matter how much time my man has over here if he's got no one who can get open and catch the ball. Like, if we have to
yeah,
bench our wide receiver one 4 times because his head's not in the right place, clearly we need a healthy veteran mentor on the team.
yeah. And we'll see what happens this offseason. Sean Payton has an opportunity. Hey, if he wins a championship, he'll be the first coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl with two different teams. Hey, I'm not saying that it makes 100% sense, Bill Belichick. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. So don't just remember
Okay. Listen,
that.
his little girlfriend's been hanging out with Alex Earl, who is seen out with Tom Brady. I feel like he just wants to go on double dates with Brady and their teeny boppers, and I can't see him. Oh no. In
I
division,
would
like after
I
after
would
all the
absolutely
shit
love
people
it.
talked about Brett Favre, you really think Bill Belichick's gonna shift in the division after 2.5 decades?
Yep. It's gonna happen. We'll see. I'm praying for it. I want it
Okay,
to
well,
happen so
speaking
bad.
speaking of Brett Favre, do we think Rodgers is gonna go to Minnesota this year? Because that would be fucking hilarious, and I am fully on board, and I love
Yeah,
it.
why not? I mean, it's a perfect situation for him.
Yeah,
And then
it's
JJ
a perfect
McCarthy can.
situation for JJ McCarthy too.
Yeah. What do you think, Abe?
I thought they talked about him staying in Pittsburgh. I thought Pittsburgh was still open to him coming back for one more year. I thought it was still on.
Yeah,
It
He
was still
doesn't
on
want to
the.
be there without Tomlin.
not without Tomlin.
All right, well that
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Minnesota will work. I guess it might grind a couple gears, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see, man. And it just seemed like he literally following Brett for part of steps if he goes
So
there.
funny.
But
Yeah.
I just don't understand how them jobs just open up like exactly for them in that. Like,
Oh, the
okay,
timing is so good.
hey,
It's
come on
ridiculous.
through.
Alex was sure he was going to Minnesota this last offseason. I was like, nah, he and Tomlin, they've been flirting. Alex was like, what do you
Yeah.
know? No, they
It's
have.
destined to happen eventually, though,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
You can't
but
fight fate, Aaron. You fought it
imagine
for
the
a year.
NFC North. Yeah, imagine that division if he goes over there. So, but let's go 49ers Seahawks. We don't have to spend a lot of time on this game because it was an absolute blowout. 41 to
Right.
6 by Seattle. Amanda, the opening kick goes back for a touchdown and it just snowballed from there.
Well, no. So, yeah, it snowballed from there. But if you think about it, all Seattle needed was the first 15 seconds to outscore the 49ers.
Yeah.
That could have been their only play on offense, and they won the game. That was it. That was all they needed.
That was such a great trade midseason, though. He's been so
He's been
valuable,
really
Rashid
good.
Shaheed. Seattle's looking great. The 49ers just ran out of bodies pretty much, Abe. They were so injured and I mean, do you see Seattle as a true contender? You think they can win it all based on how they're playing and how they look?
Man, I don't know. Sam Darnold is he might be in the perfect situation if he can get the whole team to play like that again. It's not because he they didn't even need him. Like Amanda said, like
Yeah.
from the kickoff, it was over with. But I really just felt like we saw that it finally got to San Francisco, man. Like all those injuries, even you saw your boy, he almost didn't make it through the game either, Christian.
Yeah.
So it was tough to watch, especially if you was a San Francisco fan. I mean, Seattle just walked through them, like, and I'm not saying Seattle's not a good team, but you can tell that their team was just depleted, man. Like it finally came to fruition that like y'all had a heck of a season, but there's nothing left out here for y'all in this water, man. The receivers look terrible. They bought people back in, and like San Francisco just looks so bad. Like they got not saying they got lucky because they have good players, but it just ran out. It just ran
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the fear that people you just seen when that like Amanda said that first play, you could tell the game was over with. Like it
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
just
that was it.
you just seen the whole thing go down like this. Like Seattle looks so much fresher than them. You can
Yeah.
tell like even Trent Williams came back, but he still was he a big guy. It's hard to get that motor running. Get the motor it was just bad football, and but we got to give them credit for having the season they had with all the injuries because losing Kettle and being able to come put another tight end in that position and it wasn't the same. It wasn't the
Well,
same
yeah, and
momentum and
quarterback,
everything.
you're starting quarterbacks out. Everybody but CMC on that offense missed time. Like
Right.
it's he's that's still my coach of the year candidate because of all the shit they overcame. Like Green Bay started having the injuries late in the season, and we looked like shit in the postseason. Like we shouldn't have been there. I kind of wish we just missed the playoffs. Like no, we'll just sit this one out. But the fact that they made it to the postseason and advanced in the postseason after overcoming all those injuries and being held together with some athletic tape and some gauze at this point, like I'm impressed as hell with the 49ers. If everyone stays healthy next year, that division's going to be so much fun. But have we ever seen a year where a team has had to play two of their division rivals three times each to make it to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's
Because
awesome. I
Seattle had to
love
play
it.
the 49ers three times. They got to play the Rams three times. Like, that's crazy. Like, I love this matchup. They got to be getting so sick of each other. Like, man, you again?
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Like, a third matchup against a team is one thing, but I have to do it twice. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Seattle's having a great season. Their three losses, they lost by a total of 9 points. Their 15
Yeah.
wins, they won those by an average of 16 points. Like they're putting up ridiculous numbers. Their defense has been great. I've been jokingly calling them the Legion of Doom on defense because we can't call them Legion of Boom, obviously. But
Yeah.
like I've
I
been
like that
saying it's
name.
kind of reminiscent. Like
Yeah.
they had a couple ugly losses, but
That D
that
line is
that
so
D-line got
nasty.
spicy. They're good. Like they're fun to watch. And it's funny now because all the Seattle fans are suddenly remembering they have a team out here. Like, oh yeah, yeah, this is the first time I've sat down to watch football this year. Like, oh yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm starting to buy into this Seahawks team. I've been, doubting them for so long and pointing mostly at Sam Darnold. But like Abe said, they might not need him. that defense is so good, and the key to me is Kenneth Walker. He
Walker.
looked great in that game, and if they can keep him going in the NFC Championship game in the Super Bowl, they could win it all. But
Well,
we'll
the
see how
issue is
Darnold.
Walker has been sharing snaps and splitting focus with Zach Charbonnet, who tore his
Yeah,
ACL.
yeah,
So
big
it'll be a
loss.
lot more pressure on him to keep putting up those numbers and those big plays.
And the Rams defense is no joke either, and I think they're going to have to get more out of Sam Darnold to win the NFC. So that's going to be big in that matchup.
Also,
Um,
real quick, can you name a couple quarterbacks who are in Sam Darnold's draft class? Because the fact that he could be the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl out of his draft class is fucking insane.
Josh Rosen, I
Yeah,
believe, but Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
the first year. That was the first draft I covered. I did a
Okay,
podcast that
so
first
you
year.
know him.
Let's go to Texans Patriots on Sunday, and I absolutely love this game. The snow was beautiful, and you guys know I love chaos and turnovers, and we had plenty of that in this game. Four first half interceptions by CJ Stroud, and it was so bad to the point where we were wondering if Davis Mills was going to come out for the second half. D'Amico stuck with CJ Stroud, but it didn't. It didn't work. And CJ might have lost a bunch of money based on his 7 turnovers here, the final 2 playoff games. Not ideal, not a good end of the season for Houston.
CJ Stroud is so spoiled with that defense. We have quarterbacks on other teams who throw 4 touchdowns, 1 interception in a game, and their defense and special teams gives it away. And this
Yeah.
man is being carried like a newborn baby back bitch infant by his defense, and he fumbles literally the game away 2 times in the postseason. Like, I think he needs to go. I've been saying since November, I think Davis Mills might be better. And I don't know if this game, if we need to bring up my last message that I sent to y'all, because I've referenced it a few times. Like, I use my inside voice. I'm not using my inside voice anymore. I think CJ Stroud needs to be benched for Davis Mills.
Well, Abe, they picked up his 5th year option, but 7 turnovers in the playoffs. He hasn't played like his rookie year, 2 years in a row. What are your thoughts on CJ Stroud going forward? They seem like they're going to run it back at least one more year, and hopefully he can improve.
Well, how long can you have a sophomore slump? I
Mhm.
Yeah.
mean, let's just be realistic. This is like ever since the second year, like you said, the first year it was just like, oh my God, it was amazing. He wasn't thinking about anything. He was out there playing football. And now it's just like, even when you see him in he just don't have no flair about him. Like he's not a quarterback that you like to see when he comes to the podium. He's not like somebody that seems like he's leading the team at all. I think he got a C on his chest. He might have a S on his chest. I don't know what he got on his chest, but it's just like you just don't like playing as a after a while playing as a good defense. You get tired of just like being put in a predicament. Like, all right, man, look, like we out here kicking butt, man. You got a great defense, and the defense is good, and you can send 4 people and you can get to the quarterback, and that's all they have to do sometimes. And to say it's wasted on Stroud, and it's just his decision making. Like it's different when you watch Josh Allen doing it. It's more like he's trying to make a play. When you see
Yeah.
him doing it, it's like he's effing up a play. So you
Mhm.
got
Yeah.
somebody trying to make a play, and you got somebody just effing up a play. Like the pick six was just a terrible throw. Like any
So bad.
quarterback, it's like going back from high school. To ground the ball. You're not going to just toss it up in the air and hope for the best. That was just a bad play. The turnovers he's made are, even though like sometimes you need a game manager,
Mhm.
like you know what I mean, and if you're a game changer for the other team, that's not sensible. You know what I mean? That's just not sensible.
Yeah, and those D linemen, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. in that game alone, 5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. They were eating. You had to at least enjoy watching that.
Uh, yeah, but like also it kind of hurts. Like sure it's good for personnel, but yeah, they was getting that's beautiful. Then you like, man, it can't be that bad. Like
Yeah.
that just hurts when you go out there and have a good game, and especially those 2 guys are Hall of Fame guys. Like they just play it out, and you saying that they have an opportunity to be a Super Bowl caliber team, but their offense is hindering them, like literally
Yeah.
hindering them so bad. You put those two guys on any other team, especially like anybody right now would take those two guys and like just keep those guys and we can drop 7 every time. We don't even care about like we got 4 guys that can rush.
Mhm.
It's hard to find that in the league, and I love Daniil Hunter, man. I think he's so unappreciated when it comes to a football player. Like Amanda said, when he played for the Vikings, he was like one of the guys that she used to look out for. But that's football, man. Sometimes your career is wasted. Sometimes you still get some good footage, and that's what they got in this game. Good footage, but no reward.
I don't think CJ Stroud is like a cocky guy. I don't think he's going to throw a temper tantrum about it. I don't think he's trying to blame anyone else. So like it's hard to be mad at him, but
Not
also
the hell
like
it is. Shit, the hell it
no, I
is.
just
No,
compare where
we
his career
mad.
is right now to these other two quarterbacks who are in their sophomore years. We got Caleb Williams looking fucking phenomenal. Bo Nix, I mean, minus the ankle, who's had an awesome season. Like I don't know. And pick up his fifth year, but bring in some competition. Let him know it's not for sure his starting job. Like make him
Yeah.
work for it because he needs some motivation to clean it up or something. Like I just he was so feisty his rookie season. I just haven't seen that fire at all.
Well, I would love. I mean, it sucks to not have Nico Collins, your number one wide receiver. That doesn't help. Not to have Joe Mixon all year long doesn't help. And Tank Dell, he had a lot of natural
Yeah.
chemistry with Tank Dell. I hope we get to see him back. That was a really nasty injury. I hope he can get back at some point. From the Patriots side, they look great, but also Drake May, he needs to be a little bit cleaner. He had some bad fumbles. He had some mistakes in this game. They did enough to win, which is all you care about. But all eyes are going to be on them in this Patriot Broncos AFC Championship game, and you can't lose to Jarrett Stidham, and you're playing a very good defense. So we'll see how May looks and this Patriots team plays in Denver.
I just don't really like this Patriots team. Like I not that I dislike them. I just every time that it's an opportunity for them to be tested, like that's been my issue. They've had the easiest schedule. They roll into this game, the opposing quarterbacks,
Yeah.
4 interceptions. Like I still have yet to see them tested. You put any other quarterback in this game besides CJ Stroud, the Patriots lose.
Well, Abe, I'm not, they don't have like an elite receiving core, but Stephon Diggs with a great catch in the end zone, getting hit from multiple sides, and then Kayshon Boutte with that one-handed touchdown catch. The receivers are kind of stepping up a little bit. Are you believing in this Patriots team? I love Vrabel and the coaching staff.
One thing I can say about quarterbacks is playing bad as a quarterback is even better when the other person is playing worse. So,
Yeah.
it was one of those kind of games. So we can say like you ever heard when they be like, man, you played your worst game at the right time. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much what it was. So I think they'll clean all that up. I think they're going to come back and be a better team. I think New England is kind of like my team to be in there. I just like them a little more. I like the confidence. I like the confidence of the coach. I like the confidence of the team. I think people don't understand being a leader. And when I say something about Sean McDermott, which is he's a great coach, but I don't think he has that in his quarterback. I think in Drake May, you see that in Drake May. And like,
Yeah.
not saying Drake May knew that I can mess up or I can do some fumbles and we'll be okay. It's the fact that how he keeps the energy. Look at the body language of Drake May compared to CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud body language was horrible the whole game. Every time they put the camera on, you just see him like dropping his head. Anybody, even your kids, me and Amanda have kids. We know for a fact you don't have our kids. They walk around the house like this. Oh, hold your head up. Like, what's going on? What's wrong with you?
What's
Like,
wrong?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
like what's wrong with you? What's going on? Why you got your head down? Oh, this happened. I threw another interception. Get your ass back in the game. Like
Yeah.
hold your head up. Make it up and go get a first down. Do something spectacular. So
Yeah.
quarterbacks got to have short memories just like
Mhm.
DBs. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but it seemed like he just and they gave him that 5 years. Think about it. This is a quarterback that really played well this year. They would have gave him a big ass deal. They would have thought two
Yeah.
shit. So they definitely going to bring
Yeah, they wouldn't
somebody
have
in
picked
that'll
up his
press.
option. It would have
Yeah,
been it would have been
exactly.
Yeah.
money.
It would
Yeah.
have been like a big check. So they
Them
give
just
me
being
one more
like, all
year.
right, I guess we'll keep you then. Like, no, I don't think that that's saying much that they picked up the fifth year option.
Exactly.
The next game we're going to talk about, Alex's Bears. I know Caleb Williams had two. I'm only saying two interceptions because that third one was absolutely not his fucking fault. I know he had two interceptions, but overcoming that and throwing that amazing pass to stay and get it to overtime, like do whatever the fuck you want during regulation. Like sort it out, like come back from it. Like we didn't see that. Like Josh Allen had a shitty game. He still came back from it in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams had kind of a rough start. He came back from it with that amazing pass. And I don't even care that the Bears are out of the playoffs. Caleb Williams is clearly the guy moving forward. Like he put his team on his back. He dug them out of the hole. Yeah, they didn't pull off the win, but they're years ahead of where everyone thought they would be.
My last analysis here on that to tie this two together is I wanted Mike Vrabel to be the Bears head coach, and we went with Ben Johnson. And you could say we made the right choice, but the Patriots are going to the AFC Championship game. The Bears just got knocked out. Ben Johnson in these two playoff games has looked more like Matt Nagy or more like Dan Campbell in these two playoff games with the turnovers on downs, getting us in holes, costing us in certain situations. Meanwhile, Vrabel, it has things rolling over there. I love what Vrabel's doing in New England, that quick turnaround.
Vrabel has
Yeah.
been in New England for 13 months. He is the longest tenured coach in that division.
I'm loving the chaos of this league right
It's
now. It's
that division
awesome.
is insane.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Think about
It's
it.
not even 13 months. It's like 374 days or something. Like it's insane. And then the only division that kept all of their head coaches is the NFC North.
Abe, I'm a little frustrated. I love how good of a job Ben Johnson's done this year, but in the playoffs and back-to-back games, he's turned into Dan Campbell with all these going for it on fourth down and turnovers on downs. Even when the Bears tied the game eventually at 7-7, that easily could have been another turnover on downs. I don't know why he's so aggressive and unwilling to kick field goals or punt or play the special teams game, you know?
Caleb Williams. That's it, period blank. There's no in between about it. He has Caleb. Caleb has made magic this whole year. You think about it, y'all probably won two more games in just the last pass of the game. The last pass of the game in two games that y'all could have won. And also, I think just what Rex Ryan said, why not just go ahead and go for two at the end of the game? If you believe in it like that, you're going for it on fourth down, you're being aggressive the whole game. The Bears fans wouldn't have crucified them for that if they went for 2-1 in the game because they kind of had the momentum with that pass. You had all the momentum. Like y'all were so. I mean, everybody was so everybody's blood was so high. We wanted to see them go for two. Like y'all deserve to win that game just because of that pass. Like if y'all lose the game, that sure people are like, oh, why don't you go for two in that situation? Why don't you take the points? No. That was no. I don't care if you do a quarterback draw, you do something dude. We felt like after that catch, the game was over. Like Chicago should have won this game. We felt like just because of that play, they should have won the game.
It was so good.
Any other thing don't really matter. Like we knew that they lost the game, but they didn't feel like they lost the game. And it's unfortunate. You can tell when a receiver is not the guy anymore, and when you see Moore run that route. And you kind of see, and I don't know if he gave up on it. I don't know if he should have went deeper or anything, but it's like he has not been I guess the man we're talking about, he has not been a number one receiver for them like that. Even on the 2-point play, he could have went to Moore. I guess when they missed I can't remember which play it was, but Moore was open, but he didn't even think about going to Moore. And that tells you a lot about a quarterback. It's kind of like, I don't trust you. Loveland is my guy. If Loveland isn't, I'm going to somebody else, but I'm not going to you. And that has to say something. And sometimes when you see, I guess we see receivers get too, me, they don't run the right route. They don't do certain things. They don't give the effort when they know they're going to get the ball. And, I also feel like I can say that they was aggressive all game. I don't feel like they needed to go deep right now. I felt like that was a little too premature. I think they did a good job of moving the ball, whether it was Caleb on his feet, getting in the pocket and scrambling and getting a couple yards. I felt like that was a little too much for that point of the game. But also it was Caleb Williams, and he just made miracles. So in his mind, the dude has ice in his veins, man, because he just be throwing it like he don't give a ish. I don't know if he love football or hate football because I know when I play certain games and I don't care, I'll take
He's
risks
just
like
like
I'll take
fucking.
risks like I don't care. But like if I love it too much, I'm like I'm scared to take risks. So I'm like he plays like I can't. I don't care if I win or lose. Let's go. I'm playing football. He backyard football all day, man. It's just like we're gonna go deep every time.
Well, I feel like he's overcome so much shit talking and so many people picking apart his nail polish and his personality and his style. Like he's got to be so resilient mentally, like
Oh
just
my
to like
God.
tune everything out. Like I don't give a shit what he puts on his fingernails. Like come in with
I don't
some
now. I don't now. I did
yeah.
before because he wasn't winning yet. So he
Yeah,
winning
well,
now.
I
Now
Yeah,
we
I've
like
never
go
cared.
ahead, yeah.
But it's
yeah,
crazy to me because that I mean beating Green Bay and then him throwing that pass like that's all Chicago Bears fans wanted this year. Like he did the damn thing. Like I don't even think they care that they were eliminated after those
no,
two things. They're good. Y'all won your Super Bowl. You beat Green Bay in the postseason. Like you won your first
exactly.
postseason game in 15 years. Like your coach is a hothead. You're fired up. Like I feel like Chicago Bears fans are just excited about where they're at.
Yeah, 100%. That throw, he's made a couple throws this year that are
He's
just
had some
jaw
really good
dropping.
ones. Also, can we
And
just say you talked a lot of shit about Colston Loveland, and I fucking told you he would develop well in the NFL, and you were like, oh, I don't see it. Why did we take him?
well, just Colston Loveland has had an amazing year. What did he pass Sam Laporta
Yeah,
for
for the
most
most
receiving yards in the playoffs?
by a
But
rookie
tight
tight
end
end.
rookie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Colston
No,
Loveland
you one.
developed a hell of a rookie season, and you were like, oh
Yeah,
shit, why'd we take him? I
yeah. I
told
have to take
you.
an L on
You get
that.
him a quarterback who isn't JJ McCarthy, he's gonna develop well.
Yeah, that throw had me speechless. I mean, that throw on in the second quarter on second down would have been mind blowing, but to throw it in that situation on fourth down with the game on the line, credit to the Rams. Honestly, Stafford had a bad record in cold weather games, and they were resilient. They were very resilient. Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, those corners, Abe, Kobe Durant, balling
South
out.
Carolina. Hey,
Yeah,
from my high school, Lamar High
going
School. I
crazy.
told you, 850 to 900 people in the city
In
of
the town,
Lamar.
yeah,
That's ridiculous, though. He's balling out. He about to get
so
paid. I
good.
got a track field named after me in Lamar High School because I paid for it. He gonna buy them all kind of stuff down there.
Like they're
He-
getting a whole new athletic center.
Hey,
Shit.
they getting there. I'm trying to think like, dude, like, what is he gonna buy? I'm like, man, I hope they keep my name on the track field. You can go get
You
some of
guys
them
should
though.
team up. You guys should go do a
Yeah,
youth camp or something there together.
Yeah, he does a
Abe
lot
and
of camps,
Durant.
man. He really big in his community because I'm not from that area. I'm actually from another town over,
Yeah.
but I went to school at that school. Me, Levon Kirkland, BJ Goodson, Hamlin. We had a few guys that come out of that. I'm waiting for them to do a 30 for 30 on that team. I mean, there was only 850 people in the town of Lamar. We got like 7 people that went to the NFL. Not as good as me
Yeah.
yet. Kobe's not as good as me yet, though. I love Kobe to death, but you're not as good as me yet. But you're showing your ass. He's gonna get about 20 to 30 million a year because if they don't, he got 4 interceptions in 5 games. I mean, dude, like, and it's crazy because I don't remember the kid because he's so young and I feel so old now. Right. I went to school with his mom and dad. I'm like, God, I am old.
Didn't go to that.
Amanda, we
What?
we love kickers. How about the thicker kicker, Harrison Mevis, stepping up in windy, snowy, tough to kick Soldier Field, and he was making clutch kick after clutch kick in this game.
No, I think the thicker kicker. I think he was warm. I think you can't have a skinny kicker out there. Also we don't love kickers. You speak for yourself. I am anti-kicker this season. I'm uh I'm up there with Skip, just eliminate kickers. I am a special teams hater right now. I will go rest in special teams hell until Green Bay gets rid of our coordinator. And yeah,
Special teams hill.
special teams hell, where Green Bay has been for 3 seasons now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Abe, what's your reaction to Kevin Stefanski taking over as the new Falcons head coach? Two-time coach of the year.
I can honestly say I really don't want to talk about it, but it's like I don't think it was the if we would have waited, and I'm not saying I love Matt Ryan, first of all, I love Arthur Blank, I love the Falcons organization. So if they hear this and they don't want me to come back to do any events, I apologize right now. But I don't think it was the greatest thing. I talked to my little colleague that I do TV with, and I was like, man, that just you went from Dion's son to Dion's home. I said, that's just weird. So it's gonna be hard to get these fans on his side unless he win like a lot and a lot early. And I think, but Sean McDermott seemed like he would have been perfect for Atlanta,
Yeah.
just because they don't really have a. I don't know about the quarterback situation. I think any coach that you had coming in has to be offensive minded. Has to be willing to lose a season because I don't think they're going to lose this year. I think they're going to be good because Bijan is so mature now. He's going to be probably the best player in the league next year. If you find the right coach and understand that this is the guy, like the Marshall Faulk type thing, keep giving him the ball. The offensive line is decent, but I don't know, man. I just want it. Like I said, I don't know if it's just like me personally or just seeing how he treated Shador, and I'm just getting like in my feelings or something. Which
Yeah.
as media, we don't supposed to get in our feelings when it comes to just is he a good coach or not. Sure, he was a coach of the year, but the last 2 or 3 years, though, you put that record up. It's not like 14 games out of 30. It doesn't look good, and not saying that he's a bad coach. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's awesome, but it's like you won with Cleveland. I mean, okay, all right, like sure, like are you going to be able to get these? And if he can get respect, in which I saw in Cleveland at the last year, he didn't have respect from his players. Like
Yeah.
that's a big thing. Like if he can come in and sure him and Kirk Cousins have a good rapport, but Michael Penix is the guy they wanted to start. Well, the last guys wanted to start. So what are you gonna do with Michael Penix? Like Kurt is what 39. He'll be 39 this year. I already saw him on TV replacing Matt. So I mean, he kind of got one foot in, one foot out. Like,
Yeah.
so what are you gonna do, bro? Like, what are we gonna do? So it's kind of for me, it's they talking about trade for Gabriel. I was like, y'all get the hell out here. Atlanta will go
No.
crazy. If they trade for
Yeah.
Gabriel, Atlanta would go effing crazy. Like you gotta understand, I live in Atlanta, man. I had so many people texting me like, "What the f? What the
Yeah.
f? What?" Somebody even called it racist. I said, "Y'all going way too far with this." It's like, "Daddy, you going way too far." I said, "I can understand why y'all feel that way, but let's give them a shot first. Do I like it? No. Am I willing to let it progress? Yes, because I've done it my whole career. So let's see what we get.
Amanda, to that point, our team's kind of rushing the gun on these hires that the Bills job would open up. John
Mhm.
Harbaugh seems like
I
he
bet you
settled
John
for his
Harbaugh is
third choice.
kicking himself over that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted Green Bay. He definitely would have wanted Buffalo.
Yeah.
Atlanta could have waited and got McDermott. There's a lot of
Yeah.
moving parts. I don't know why teams are in a hurry.
I do feel like we don't generally see this many postseason game winning coaches get fired. Like
Yeah,
normally if
yeah,
someone's getting fired, it's after the wild card round. Like normally there's not divisional round
yeah.
firings. So I feel like this year is just abnormal. Um, Abe though, we gotta chat about Stefanski real quick. Because
Yes, please.
my man Baker Mayfield had to defend himself a little bit.
You saw that?
Because after Stefanski was hired, one of the Falcons reporters published a
Ledbetter.
story. Yes, Ledbetter
Orlando.
saying, "Oh, he's going to be a great coach." I mean, he inherited a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland when he was there, with Mayfield and Watson both being failed quarterbacks. And Baker Mayfield had to come in the comments, respond to that, and be like, failed is a bit of a reach." He won them
Yeah,
their first playoff game
yeah.
as a wee little infant baby in the NFL, got scapegoated, and then apparently was a dumpster fire. Hold up. Like, I know they're excited about Stefanski and they're positive, but like that's some very poor journalism.
Well, I say if you know Ledbetter, that's how he is.
Mhm.
Ledbetter, he's been in this business for about 40 years, man. He says it exactly how I feel. Ledbetter talks just like this. Well, hey, if I come in here and I do this, like Ledbetter is just that guy. When Ledbetter comes in, he's like he was a beat reporter before, and he comes in, he asks you the questions that you would be like, "What the hell did you just say?" like he really is that guy.
Well,
But
he called Baker Mayfield a dumpster fire,
that's
winning the
that's
Browns'
that
first
is
playoff game.
that is Orlando. Like that is literally how he is.
Well,
Like
you
me
tell
reading it, me
Orlando
reading it.
we can he can
Yeah,
fight.
but I'm
Okay.
saying like me reading it, I laugh my ass off because I know him personally. Like if you met him, if I guarantee you, either one of y'all met him, you would just be hilarious. You would see what he said is just like it's just
That's
him.
just,
Like I guarantee you,
yeah,
if he met
Tongue
Baker,
in cheek.
Yeah, like if he
Yeah.
met
Not
Baker, because
fun.
Baker plays for Tampa now. So if he met Baker, he would literally tell it to Baker. Yeah, you're a dumpster fire, man. But I love you though,
All
Baker. Baker.
right.
Baker, you did a great job. But I'm telling you, you're pretty terrible at that, man. I'm telling you, you
All
can't
right,
beat us.
fine. You
That's
know I
I'm
had to
probably if
defend
you
my man though.
just
But
Like,
please, if you get a chance, just go look up Orlando Ledbetter, and you would see and just watch some of his commentary. You'd be like, okay,
okay.
I
All
get
right.
I get what Abe's talking about, man. He's like one of those house don't sell
Fine.
things. Say what you
I
want
just
to say,
came
because
in
you always.
spicy. You can't talk shit about my baby like that.
I
Uh-uh.
That's the
got you. I
thing,
got you.
though.
I love that spice coming into the division though, and that's going to make
Yeah.
that Bucks Falcons game,
Oh yeah.
cinema
I
next
love the
year.
history coming back. Like that's
Yeah.
good. Like Baker, like chip on the shoulder coming into that one. Like that's perfect for his bulletin board. Just like your boy Kobe is gonna put you saying you're not as good as me on his bulletin board. Like,
Yeah. Well,
I'm calling Orlando too. I'm gonna call Orlando and I'm gonna say I have a person that needs to talk to you. Her name's Amanda, and she wants to
give
talk to
him
you
my
about
number.
that.
You can
I
you can knuckle
promise you,
up.
I'm gonna text him in the morning because Led is gonna be laughing his ass off. I love that guy. I'm sorry.
I was mad
I'm
about that. I
sorry.
was
I
like,
couldn't
you
help but
talk shit
laugh.
about Baker Mayfield. That was the best season the Browns has had in their
But
history. And we're talking shit about that wee little baby.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
hell no.
If you hear
Not
some of the questions he's asked,
not
he's
rookie
bad.
Baker. You be
That is-
nice. I was mad.
I'm so ready to call him. I want to call him right now. I wish we could have him up here. You would be laughing your ass off.
Oh,
I'm
let's
sorry.
bring
I'm
him
sorry.
on.
we might have to get him on.
Yeah.
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 Ask
Um,
him if he wants to come on. I got
I
some
will.
questions for
I
him.
will. I
Hey,
definitely will.
I did journalism in high school and college. I can we
I,
can throw down.
I definitely
I
will
love
ask him.
the added spice to these division rivalries. Now we got Robert Saleh going to the Titans. And if you remember the Robert Saleh Liam Cohen beef
Mhm.
from earlier in the season, so that gets brought back. So there's a lot of this going on. All we need is Belichick to the Bills for
Oh,
the
and
Belichick.
let's talk Miami too, real quick.
Jordan.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Jeff
but by
Anthony.
Miami, I mean the Wisconsins because they've got a GM out of Green Bay. They've got a head coach out of Green Bay. I'm just waiting, and I've been joking about this for weeks now. Malik Willis to Miami. Like they're
Yeah,
just gonna. I've got a receiver they can have. They can have Diggs, which is cut. They can have Rashawn Gary. We'll ship some players out. Save us some
yeah.
cap space. They can have them.
Brandon McManus can go there. They can take them
Yeah.
all.
McMinus 7 points can go wherever the fuck he wants. Just
And I've got a defensive coordinator for your Packers, Amanda. Steal him from the
no.
Broncos. He was a Wisconsin Badger. Bring in Jim Leonard. That's a great
I
hire.
I want Al Harris so bad though.
Yeah, Al Harris would be cool.
The other one that Packers fans are delusionally throwing around is Charles
Brian
Woodson.
Flores.
Charles Woodson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Brian Flores would be a great
Oh no,
hire.
I Brian Flores is my first pick. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But
he's going
I
to get
would
head coach probably.
coming from
Yeah,
Minnesota and Minnesota's defense stepped up so much this year. Like I would fucking love that. Like I am so down with that. I don't think it's gonna happen. Al Harris would be fantastic. But I don't dislike Leonard. Al Harris would
yeah.
be so fun. Get that baby
But
back up here.
the the baby thinks Bill Belichick's going to the Bills as well. We gotta. I'm speaking that into existence. That's what all I want this offseason is Bill Belichick, Bill coaching the Bills.
Whatever they need to do to get Josh his Super Bowl win.
Who's our Super Bowl prediction? I got Rams Patriots.
That's a tough one right there. I think I don't know how the Rams played last week.
I got
Yeah,
Seattle.
if Seattle defense plays like they played, Seattle just looked way fresher.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
they did play a bad San Francisco team. And this is and like every playoff game has pretty much been like close, and they're the only team that just like kicked ass and took names, and it was like not
yeah,
even close. And you saw the Legion of Doom, I guess she says. You saw them;
yeah,
they played exceptionally well, and they didn't. And if they can manage not putting in Sam Darnold's hand to win,
Mhm.
they're
yeah,
okay. And I'm sure they're not going to have the same special teams results that they had, but also getting Rashid in that game and getting him to, make a big play because he seems to be that catalyst right now. So they got to
Yeah.
get 22 to work out. But I would say I like the Patriots just because of Vrabel. I just feel his energy. I feel like it looks right on paper. And I think I'm going to go with Seattle now. If you would have asked me to get in the year, there's no way in hell I would have thought that this was even close. We were talking about Sam, what they call him, Sam Darnold. We was talking about
Yeah,
him.
Sam
same
Darnold.
Yeah, so we was
Darnold.
talking about him so much, and
There's also some Sam Darnett, like,
yeah, it's not
yeah,
like it's not like he
Yeah.
played. It's not like he played like MVP football, but
no,
he played great enough football to he didn't have those turnovers when you were he didn't have those he wasn't choking when we thought he
yeah.
would choke
He played
against the good
clean.
games. Yes, he played a
Yeah.
clean.
Like,
He managed the season.
mhm,
He did his Brad Johnson this year. Like I mean, he played better than Brad Johnson, but he did it good enough. Let my defense do all that. I'm not doing no
yeah.
crazy turnovers. Let my offense stay on the field as much as they can and get the defense back on, and they play well. They're they're a good caliber team. Now, Super Bowl prediction is tougher than just who's going to be in the Super Bowl. Like
Mhm.
that's going to be a tough one.
I'm
And we have to remember what did Darnold did throw like 4 interceptions against the Rams earlier this year. So
yeah, it'll be
don't do
interesting to
that
see.
again. Yeah.
No, but I feel like he got it out of his system. Like,
Yeah.
I
He's
feel
played a
like
lot better lately.
almost every quarterback, yeah, no, every single one, even the ones in the MVP conversation, had one or two hideous games. Stafford
Yeah.
was leading the MVP conversation. Josh Allen was in there. They both had really ugly games. Stafford's still doing fine. Like Sam Darnold's allowed a 4 turnover game. Like I mean,
As
your
long as
team's
it's
still
not
in.
an NFC Championship game, get it out of your system
Yeah,
in the regular
yeah.
season.
But I'm gonna pick Seattle, New England. And the last time they played, I
It was a
called the
great
final
game.
score of the game, and I was working at a bar in Washington out here, and Seattle had just knocked Green Bay out of the NFC Championship game. So I was real butthurt about it. So I picked New England winning 28 to 24. Everyone in the bar is just losing their minds in frustration and crying and whatnot. And I was very pleased because I called the final score of the game. So I was ecstatic because that's fucking amazing. Like, also, the end of the last Super Bowl was dramatic as hell. Throw in the
Yeah.
ball when you've got Marshawn Lynch. Like, so I kind of want to rerun. I would like some more drama. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
anyone but Seattle again, just because I cannot tell you how few Seattle fans I have heard care at all until they made it to the postseason again. Like, I hate that.
Yeah, that's kind of their MO. I lived out there for a couple of years and it was
Mhm.
like, yeah, but when they're good, they're diehards. They're loud as hell when they're in
Yeah,
the
if they went to the Super
deep
Bowl last
playoffs.
year, yeah, Seahawks.
Yeah.
No.
But great shit as always, guys. Triple A always delivers. Great to have the crew back together. Hopefully, we get a great conference championship weekend and a great Super Bowl matchup. But thanks for the time as always, guys. Appreciate the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and have a great week. Peace out.